This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
The Andy Griffith Show, starring Andy Griffith.
You got to go.
Well, I'm all ready. I'm just waiting for you.
With Ronnie Howard.
I'm not. I come from Egmont, White.
Is that anywhere near Raleigh?
No, it's in England.
Also starring Don Knotts.
Hello all. I'm talking about another TV favorite. I'm talking about the 24/7 show on TV land itself. I am talking about the one, the only 8-season run that puts pretty much the meaning of CBS. It is the one and only Andy Griffith Show. You know the title theme, you know the influence. Literally, anytime you see a small town full of just bizarre residents, or even just a wacky show like Picket Fences, you know it's pretty much just all influenced by here. And it's tied with I Love Lucy and Seinfeld as the top shows that knew when it was time to quit, even though they were killing it in the ratings. It could have gone on for 20 more decades, practically. So it ran from 1960 to 1968. It originated on an episode of the sitcom The Danny Thomas Show. I had no idea, but that was the case. I knew about the spinoffs. One that included Gomer Pyle, U.S. MC, starring Jim Nabors in the title role, the singer, as well as Mayberry RFD, which had a lot of the supporting characters played by Ken Berry, George Lindsay, and Jack Dodson, and Irene Golansky. So you probably know about Andy Griffith, but I'll do a brief rundown. The actor in the title role, talk about immortalizing. And even though I never understood why it was the other way around, why the character was actually Andy Taylor. But yeah, for whatever reason, they did it that way, and he was pretty heavily involved in it. I don't think he ever pulled a Carol O'Connor where he would rewrite scripts, but he definitely had his hand in it to where he could say no. And he's a TV favorite. I'm a millennial, as much as I hate to say, but TV Land was a big deal in my household. When I wasn't watching Nickelodeon, Disney, or Cartoon Network, I pretty much had Dick Van Dyke or Tyler Moore and Gilligan's Island, plenty of other shows on, and this was no different. This is a winner. I will occasionally see an episode of it. It was set in the 30s, but meant to be kind of ageless, even though it was shot in the 60s, and it's a small town. Never comes off as a backwards town. It's definitely a little southern. And it's beloved because the main character is a widower, and his cousin, the inept deputy, Barney Fife, played by Don Knotts. He's the sheriff, and he's raising his son Opie, played by Ron Howard. And here's the thing, when you see young Ronnie Howard in this, you're just like, yeah, you can't have Happy Days without this. Like, for all we know, this and Andy Griffith are in the same universe. They practically are. The rest of the characters are just so heartwarming, and it was just one of those just kind of a coming of age show at a bit. And Aunt B, who's the housekeeper, was played by Frances Babier, and just again, you just the narrator was nice, the theme was legendary, and you can stream it now on Paramount because it's a CBS deal. But chances are you probably have seen it, whether you were just at a random hospital clinic or hotel lobby. It's on, every other channel all the time. And, nothing wrong with that. I was never really big on Matlock. It's fine for what it was, but this is the Andy Griffith I grew up with, I associate with. Even though they were cops, it wasn't about police work. It was just a typical, just kind of drama with some comedy. There was an occasional laugh track, but nothing that just made you go, what's this about? And set in the town of Mount Airy and set in North Carolina. So yeah, it is southern as southern gets. Despite being a backward state, I think the thing is everyone could associate with it because it was just life lessons, kind of Boy Scout type stuff, like let's go on a camping trip, let's go fishing. I mean, hell, that's in the title sequence of the show. And you would also just see people not really acting inappropriate, but not making good decisions, and you get kind of a slap on the wrist from one of the characters and how to be a better communicator, how to be a better dad, how to be a better son. And with these life lessons, you just really just feel validated as a person. And there's something about this show that I think just as critics have noted, just it's serious and thoughtful, and I think that's where anyone can relate to it, no matter what race, political affiliation, or upbringing or era you were born in. I never saw the reunion special that was in 93 or the 86 Return to Mayberry, but it is what it is. Anytime I see just an obscure reference or just a small town of individuals, I'm like, yeah, there's no way around it. They are referencing the shit out of it. TV Land would do their various pop culture themed award shows, and they did plenty of awards for this around 03 and 04, back when they were trying to up their ratings. So who can blame them? In 2002, this was ranked 9th on the list of the 50 best shows of all time. I'm down with that. This is a classic. There's just something about just seeing living and breathing characters. And apparently there were some rights issues, so sometimes there'd be some bootleg tapes going out, and Paramount owns it now. There's been some controversy claiming that other companies are actually owed the rights to this, and to which they've not responded. And there's some episodes that are believed to be public domain, but you know what? That's not our problem. That's their problem for fucking up. So enjoy it for what it is. Apparently, that in pop culture, there's various locations that baseball teams and bed and breakfast suites that are modeled after various houses and cop cars and even just other locations that are meant to look like the day-to-day lifestyle of Andy Griffith, and I think that is just very interesting. Yeah, and altogether, I mean, most of these guys have since passed us, but if anyone's going to watch this in today's world, just go in, have fun. You will literally be very entertained, even if you're lukewarm to the notion of watching older black and white TV. And that's the thing. It's pretty much just a show that is just meant to just touch on life and how to get good at it. And I'd rather anybody nowadays watch something like this as opposed to a sitcom that has cynical, unlikable characters, or a violent show that has a lot of fear-mongering but no hope. Yeah, it rules. There's no way around it. The show rules and will always be in the zeitgeist of TV gems that will touch future generations to come. Everybody check it out for sure.
We'll return after these messages.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Hey, it's Brent Pope, the host of Breakfast with Brent Pope. You've seen me on some of your favorite TV shows saying things like, "Give it up, Jimmy. You got to sink this putt to win." On Breakfast with Brent Pope, I sit down with guests from the entertainment world, and we do it all over breakfast. Or should I say Brentfast? Every week on Brentfast, you get inside Hollywood info and tips, great breakfast recs and foodie debates. Most of all, you get the most delightful 30 minutes of your week. So dig in. It's Brentfast time. Listen at Brentfast.com, Apple Podcasts, or wherever fine podcasts are found.
The Jacked Up Review Show podcast is honored to be part of the Blind Knowledge Podcast Network. Join anytime, talk the talk, and enjoy yourselves. There's something enlightening for everyone with this crowd of cool cats. Check them out.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening. It's a Jacked Up Review Show. It's a Jacked Up Review Show. Jacked Up Review Show. Show.